opened up, I never knew it would be this big. I had no idea. But we created a GOAT movement.
What is the GOAT movement?
The GOAT movement is trying to make sure that each individual in here is trying to be the greatest themselves of all time. See, GOAT stands for greatest of all time. So if you want to be the greatest yourself of all time, you want to push to be the best, this is where you belong, with the GOATs.
The GOAT is one of the many gyms here in Miami.
Yes.
It's a big movement of MMA here in Miami. What do you think that happen in this city?
Look, there's two things that require in order for a movement to begin. One, you have to have more knowledge than your competitors. We have the best knowledge here. You look at Commander Zero, he's here, he's the best in the business. Hector Lombard, this guy has won everything across the board in combat sports. Okay, I'm becoming one of the top coaches around. So knowledge we got. Next is charisma, is energy. A lot of coaches, they get burnt out, they're lazy, they're tired. The coaches here want it more than the fighters sometimes. See, look at the fighters. Sometimes we have more energy than the fighters.
And sometimes the energy is so low that they don't feel like to teach, or
that's the thing.
Or the guys don't want to.
They're tired. They're tired, they're negative, they've been beat down, they're exhausted. But look at Commander, how he teaches, with a big smile on his face. You're his fighter, no matter how tired you are, you train with Commander, you want to work hard. You train with me, you see my energy, you want to work hard. It's contagious. That's how you build a world champion.
Why are you seeing that so many fighters around the world are driving to Miami to come here, to train here?
100%. Look, right now, people are flying in. I have people on the mat that are flying in. Bellator fighters, UFC fighters that are flying in to train in this gym. Because they see what it attracts. I don't know what it is about this place, but it attracts success. The energy, you can smell success in this gym, and you want to be around it. People don't want to leave this place. They stay here all day with me. You know that? We stay here all day.
They sleep in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, you have so many Cubans around you.
Man, you know what's awesome? The Cubans are some of the hardest workers I know. Cuban athletes are some of the hardest workers. And they have what I told you. They have the charisma. Remember how important that is? That's important for any athlete. So the Cubans have something special. They have the good training, they have the knowledge, they have the work ethic, and they have that charisma that follows. That's why all our gyms, we have so many successful Cubans in here. I love it. We attract all the Cubans here.
What are your goals with this gym? When you want to, where you want to go?
Two goals. Two goals, and I promise you this. I promise you this. I promise a lot of things, and I back up everything I say. So far, I back up everything I say. Two things. We're going to have more UFC champions than any fight team in the world. One. Number two, we're going to have the wealthiest, richest fighters in the world. Our team's going to be the richest, wealthiest team in the world. Watch. Wow. 100%. Don't doubt it. We've been open less than a year. Less than a year. Corona closed us for 4 months. So we've been open 5 months. Look at this. Look at this. It's 12 p.m. Look at all these guys. And these guys, look at the talents. The talent's here at 12 p.m. Imagine my 7 p.m. class. Imagine prime time. It's more than this. This is nothing. We took over. Miami's ours. We own Miami.
What get you in love with MMA the first time?
What made me fall in love? My father was a fighter. So he was my first coach. I started when I was 3. When I was a little kid. I saw my dad fighting. And then, you know, I watched the UFC. Oh, I was in love. My dad took me to compete around the world. I competed. You know, I fought in Italy, Colombia, Thailand, China, everywhere. I won the world championships in Italy in kickboxing. So I fought around the world, you know. And then I got to meet on my journey my hero when I was in middle school. Hector Lombard was my hero.
I don't call me old.
No, I didn't call you old. In middle school, I have to say this. I have to say this. You have to imagine how I feel as a person. When I was in middle school, my hero was Hector Lombard, and today I have Hector sitting next to me. And today Hector's my best friend. And today Hector's my biggest believer. Can you imagine my idol, my hero, is sitting next to me? For me, this is an amazing life I have. I'm blessed. You know, I'm blessed to have this guy. I'm blessed to have this guy.
And listen, if you are Cuban, you're missing a place already.
Yeah.
Make sure you come on.
And I'm learning Cuban Spanish. Dale duro, trabajo, vamos trabajo, ¿qué es eso? Vamos trabajo. This is my good Cuban.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
You speak Cuban.
Spanish. I speak.
You don't speak Spanish, you speak Cuban.
For those who doesn't know you, who are you? Where you were born?
Wait till he's done. It's possible? You wait till he's done.
When he's blasting his takedown, there's no time to even kick. And we're gonna do opposite stance, which is the same difference, because my 6 down is still inside. See, if I kick there, I'm probably getting taken down. But the timing is when I drill enough, and I go to step off and he goes to shoot, this is first. Oh, he's kind of slid up a little bit. This is second. He's reaching for his takedown. This is third. I keep turning. Okay, but it's got to be in that order. If they beat your hands, frame. I cannot stay in this position, right? This is a proper frame for striking standing up, because I'm behind my shoulder and my guard. I'm in the shell, right? But as soon as he tries to shoot, this has to anchor, right? So I went from long range, shoot, middle range, shoot, underhook. Okay, but you gotta have that flow, okay? The other detail, so we're gonna do a little bit. I know some of you guys are already in the southpaw position, but it's the same thing. When I shoot this 6 down, I measure, I go for the kick, but he's already there, my frame's here first. As he changes levels, guys, it does not take a lot. We call this at Wolfpack undercut, not uppercut. That's kind of hard from that range. Undercut, wrist bone, right? Stuff the head.
Was you the one that wrote it?
No.
You guys see it happen all the time off the cage. When guys get trapped, guys punch underneath, right? It can happen here too in this space, but you gotta move your feet right. Okay, so let's do another round. Same thing, I go to step and kick, he shoots. But you gotta use the right hand. I think some of you guys were trying to do this. You gotta think of real time. You gotta drill full speed. Not full power, we don't wanna kill each other drilling. But you gotta drill full speed. Right, the fights are fast, right? Let's go, one more round of that.
So, who are you?
Okay, so my name's ASIM ZAIDI. I started training when I was 3 years old. My father was a fighter. You know, he was the assistant to the Olympic coach for Taekwondo. And then around 10 years old, I started doing MMA. I started doing Jiu-Jitsu with the Gracies. Eventually, I became Royce's assistant here whenever you teach seminars in Florida. Helio Gracie's assistant when he was here in America. And I started traveling around for fighting. And Royce Gracie sent me to TriStar, to GSP, to Faraz Zahabi, to start training with George St. Pierre's team. After that, I started coming up with them. I won 2 times kickboxing world champion, 3-time national champion kickboxing. I won MMA titles also as an amateur and pro at 2 different weight classes. And now I'm a coach. And I have to tell you, you know, my passion was always coaching. My passion was coaching. I want them to be world champion more than I wanted for myself, and that's why I stopped fighting. There was one day I had to choose. I had a dream. And God came to me and said, hey, do you want to be world champion or do you want your student to be world champion? This was a real dream, And I remember I cried when I woke up because I said I'd pick my student, not me. And I went up to my student, I told him the next day, I'm his full-time coach, I'm not fighting anymore. Because I fell in love with my student, Ryan Coos. He just fought. This is the student I fell in love with.
Well, Sim, thank you for opening the door.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Pleasure to have you. Yes. Thank you